Hello and welcome to EUTV Sports Update. We'll be looking at the latest sports news from Evangel University. I'm Ethan Mincy.
We'll also look at college basketball across the nation and check out the latest happenings in professional sports. I'm Adriana McGregor, and this is Sports Update on EUTV.
So Adriana, April is here, which means there's literally slightly less than a month left of the semester. Do you think that the Evangel sports teams are working harder than ever?
I do, and especially with this recent weather, especially for this week, it's been really windy and rainy. So I know a lot of our outdoor sports have been having to practice inside, which can be hard to do that, especially when you're in a sport like track or maybe golf. They have limited things to practice with.
Absolutely, but I bet they're doing their hardest. And let's take a look at some of those games.
Yes.
Valor softball hit the road Saturday afternoon, taking on Tabor College Blue Jays in their second consecutive road series of the year. Game 1 provided to be the most pitching duel, with Maddie Myrer nearly unhittable, allowing just one hit on Saturday, with the Valor doing just enough offensively to take a 1-0 win, Game 1. In Game 2, the Evangel Bouts exploded early, scoring 9 runs in the final and taking a 9-0 win with Manny Bentley shutting out the Blue Jays. Evangel softball will return home to take on the conference-leading Oklahoma Wesleyan Eagles on Wednesday afternoon at 2 p.m. Evangel women's basketball has announced their 2025 summer camp dates. Evangel women's basketball will host 3 separate camps: a team camp, an individual elite camp, and a kids camp. The Evangel team camp will take place from June 9th to June 11th. All teams must be 9th to 12th grade with both varsity and JV divisions allowed. The individual elite camp will take place from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. on June 12th and is for 9th to 12th grade students. The final camp will be Kids Camp, running July 21st to the 23rd from 9 a.m. to noon and will be for grades 1st through 6th.
The Evangel track and field team competed at the SBU Bearcat Invitational in Bolivar, Missouri over the weekend. The men's team finished strong in 7th place with 67.5 points, while the women's team took 6th with 51.5 points. A standout performance came from April Phillips in the triple jump and Kobe Graham in the javelin, both hitting NAIA national championship standards. Delaney Miller, Devin Wright, and Trenton Braswell also made history, breaking Evangel school records in high jump, the 200-meter dash, and hammer throw. A great weekend for the Valor track and field team as they prepare for the NAIA Nationals in May. The Valor women's tennis team traveled to Olathe, Kansas on Saturday to face the Avila Eagles. The team bounced back with a strong 6-1 victory, securing their second win of the season. In doubles action, Rachel Chaney and Lauren Hendrickson fell 6-4 to Avila's Danielle Lewis and Kylie Brawl. However, Hennessy Brown and Lydia Bajelica took a 6-3 win, while Madeline Peters and Michaela Cox dominated their match, winning 6-0. A solid win for the Valor women as they look to build momentum for the rest of the season.
You know, I tell you, I don't think the weather has slowed them down one bit because they are just dominating right now.
You are so right. We've seen very strong performances this whole week from athletes across the board, from every single sport that we have going on.
Absolutely, and I love that the women's basketball is hosting a camp for, high schoolers and even for, young kids.
Yes.
And I think this will be a great opportunity, especially for the high schoolers to kind of maybe consider Evangel in the future.
That is so true. I
Absolutely.
agree.
Coming up, we'll be interviewing Evangel men's head coach, Jonathan Jenkins.
And later, we will look at some NCAA Sweet 16 game results and other sports from around the region. Stay tuned.
My biggest fear in the middle of my addiction was that I would never be able to get over it and that my kids wouldn't have a father. I started thinking, you know what? This isn't my story. For the longest time, fear held me back from ultimately being who I wanted to. I had to become a better man to be a better father. It's important to me that my kids are empowered and truly believe that if they can think it, they can do it.
You're not going to get it all right. Just make sure you nail the big stuff. Like making sure your kids are in the right seats for their age and size. Get it right at nhtsa.gov/the right seat.
When times get dark, we can't see the help that's all around us. Let 211 be your guiding light for mental health and other resources. Call 211.
Welcome back to today's EU Sports interview. We are honored today to have us men's and women's head coach, Jonathan Jenkins. Coach, it's an absolute pleasure to have you here today.
Glad to be here. Thanks for having me.
So, give me a little background. What first got you into golf?
Wow. I started playing golf with my dad when I was about 5 years old. We would sneak a few of my clubs in his bag, and I remember going out to Bill and Payne Stewart usually before the sun was up, and we'd take off and got out away from the clubhouse a little ways, and I'd grab some clubs and hit it around out there and fell in love with the game there when I was really young.
Oh, wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
So did you go like a full 18 rounds, or you just hit go to driving range?
I wouldn't. I mean, at that age, I didn't play full rounds, but got into the game early, and my dad loved it, so that was something we always did together, and that was fun.
Awesome. And what got you to become a coach here at Evangel?
Well, it kind of runs in my blood. My dad was the basketball coach for 39 years, and he coached the golf team for 18 years before I took over back in 2016, and so it's just, I guess it comes natural.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So kind of run me through what a typical practice looks like. I know the weather's been kind of a little windy and rainy. What do practices kind of look like?
Well, once we get everybody out of class, we meet up at a golf course, and most days we usually try to play 9 holes, but sometimes we'll just chip and putt for a while, hit some balls on the range. Bill and Payne Stewart up here, their course has a nice little par 3 course that it's fun to play some games over there and work on our short game and stuff like that. So we try to have some variety in what we're doing out there, but I mean, just playing golf is really good practice too, and that's kind of something they all love doing anyway, so we get to enjoy ourselves and practice at the same time. That's
awesome. And what would you say the hardest thing about golfing, coaching it, or just golfing in general is? Coaching it,
well, I think the most difficult thing I see for collegiate golfers is just controlling your emotions. When you're out playing a practice round and enjoying yourself, it's easy to stay relaxed and hit shots that you can hit. And then when you get into a tournament and things aren't going your way, sometimes you can get down on yourself and think negatively and start hitting bad shots that aren't characteristic of you. So the ability to control your emotions and stay positive and stay relaxed even when things aren't going your way, really, I think that separates the good players from the great players.
Awesome. So, yeah. And how have you and your team grown spiritually, you think, over the season or of all of your coaching career here?
Well, I think golf mirrors life in many ways, and like I was talking about the mental game where you can control your emotions out there. I've seen connecting with golfers, on an emotional level while they're playing in tournaments as a great way to work on them growing spiritually as well as personally and athletically. Just being able to pour into them and help them realize that golf is just a game. But our ability to represent Christ in the way that we handle ourselves on the golf course and in practice and in the classroom, that's important. So I think just the exercise of being an athlete and competing against other athletes is a spiritual exercise in and of itself, just because you're learning how to relate to other people and how to represent yourself and manage adversity and things like that. So those are ways I think we've grown spiritually in that, just trying to become better people out on the course.
Absolutely, that's amazing. Yeah. And how would you say your season is going so far?
We're doing well. I think the guys have all grown a lot as players, and they've had some success. We won our own tournament here a few weeks ago at River Cut, and that was exciting. Yeah, it was good for them. And then we've played well in a few tournaments since then, so we're leading up to the conference tournament and looking forward to how we do there. The girls team, we're down in numbers a little bit this year, but I've got a couple players who are, I think they're going to be really, really high in the conference individual standings, so we're excited about seeing them play. But we'll take a team as well, and if all 4 or 5 girls that I take play well, then we could scare some people too on the girls' side. So it's exciting to see the success we've had.
So, Coach, who would you say has been your biggest influence coaching and just getting you into golf in general?
Well, it's kind of cliche, but obviously my dad was a huge part of me becoming a coach and becoming a person, I guess, technically. But he's a Hall of Fame coach. I think he's in 6 or 7 different halls of fame. Very, had a lot of success in basketball. And he loved the game of golf, and he gave that love to me. And I think the fact that I love golf and love, helping college kids get better at golf is something that I'm passionate about. I think that, was given from my dad, and that makes him my mentor, I guess, the person that I look up to the most.
Well, that's incredible.
Yeah.
And I kind of got a little odd question here. What is your favorite golf club?
My favorite club? Probably my sand wedge, 56-degree wedge. That's the one I practice with the most and feel most comfortable with it out there. And if I've got a sand wedge in, then I've hit a pretty good drive. So I would say it's probably the 56-degree.
Awesome. Well, good luck on your tournament coming up. And I think you said it was this upcoming week?
Yeah, we leave on Sunday, play Monday and Tuesday.
Well, good luck to you guys. I know you guys will do your best and win it all. Coach, it's been an absolute pleasure having you here today, and good luck with the tournament. When we come back, we'll take a look at the NCAA tournament and the other sports from around the region. Stay tuned.
Severe weather can strike anytime, anywhere, but there's a simple way to stay safe. Hey, Jim Cantori here. I stay safe in dangerous weather by planning ahead. You can stay safe too with a few easy steps. Build an inexpensive kit with supplies for your family's needs. Write down important information like phone numbers and medications. Always talk with your family, and remember any pets in your planning. Be ready, be safe. Start your plan today at ready.gov/plan.
You're not going to get it all right. Just make sure you nail the big stuff, like making sure your kids are in the right seat for their age and size. Get it right at nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat.
The number 1 seed Duke advances to the 2025 Final Four, defeating the number 2 seed Alabama 85-65 in the East Regional Final on Saturday. Colin Knuppel led the team with 21 points and added a squad high 5 assist with Common Mulch and Cooper Flagg both each getting 9 rebounds. Therese Proctor scored 17 points and grabbed 5 rebounds. Malik rebounded out Duke's double-digit scoring with 14, 5 of his 6 shots made via slam dunks, and also the team blocks with 2. Duke will go on to face Houston this upcoming Saturday. In another close scoring game, Purdue Boilermakers took on Houston Cougars last Friday in a neck-to-neck scoring game. Miles Uzen, the star player for the Cougars, scored 22 points, and Emmanuel Sharp had 17, as Houston survived an off night from leader scorer Cryer, who finished with 5 points on 2 of 13 shooting. Fletcher Lawyer scored 16 points, Dory Kaufman-Wren had 14, and Braden Smith added 7 points and 15 assists. What was the ultimate game decider of the night was when Miles Uzen scored a bucket with 0.9 seconds left, winning the game 62-60.
The New York Yankees set a team record with 9 home runs in a 20-9 win over the Milwaukee Brewers on Saturday. Aaron Judge led the charge with 3 homers, including a grand slam and a career-high 8 RBI. The Yankees made history by homering on the first 3 pitches of the game. Paul Goldschmidt, Cody Bellinger, and several others also went deep, while Yoendrys Gomez earned his first MLB win. Brewers pitcher Nestor Cortez, in his debut for Milwaukee, allowed 8 runs in just 2 innings, a powerful performance from the Yankees as they roll to victory. The St. Louis Battlehawks kicked off the 2025 UFL season with a dominant 31-6 win over the Houston Roughnecks. Manny Wilkins, the new starting quarterback, delivered an impressive performance, completing 17 of 22 passes for 189 yards while adding 43 rushing yards and 2 touchdowns. Wilkins' scrambling ability, a key focus for Coach Anthony Beck this season, helped diversify the Battlehawks' red zone offense. The team's strong running game also featured Jacob Sailors, who ran for 98 yards and a touchdown, and Javern Howard, who rushed for 115 yards, including a 74-yard touchdown in the 4th quarter. A statement win for the Battlehawks as they start the season strong. So, Ethan, have you watched a lot of March Madness?
Well, I don't have cable in my dorm, but I have watched some of the highlights, like the Uzen scoring at that last second, which is absolutely crazy. I wish I could watch more, and I will try to watch more through all my projects. And did you know that this is the second time that all the number 1 seeds have made it to the finals?
Yes, I have heard that. That is crazy. It's second time ever, right?
Right. It is the second time ever. But yeah, I can't wait to see who wins, and I might have to get into March Madness next year for real.
I know. And who are the number 1 seeds again?
So we have Duke, we have Florida, we have Auburn, and we have Houston.
Nice. That sounds like a great last 2-4 games or whatever.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
When we come back, we'll have the EUTV Player of the Week.
We'll also have your upcoming Evangel games this week. We'll be right back.
There is a road laid out for me.
First night here, but Amy seems cool.
Leading down to the river. I am blind, but I need not see.
What do you think?
I know this road is there for me. If I'm really free, take me down to the river and walk.
When times get dark, we can't see the help that's all around us. Let 211 be your guiding light for help with food, healthcare, and other resources.
211, how can I help you?
Call 211 or visit 211.org. 211, get connected, get help.
What a disaster.
You're a disaster.
This is a disaster.
You can't be ready for every little disaster, but you can prepare for a big one. Make an emergency plan today.
With the month of March over and spring break also over, our spring sports are now in full swing.
Yes, and I'm looking forward to seeing how athletes will compete this week. Now let's show off one of our own on all their hard work on the field this week.
It's time now for the EU TV Player Sports Player of the Week.
This week, Maddie Meyer earned the KCAC Pitcher of the Week honors. Meyer went 2-0 in the circle, taking 3-0 and 1-0 victories last week over Friends and Tabor respectively. Maddie also earned her second career save against Friends last Tuesday in a 10-7 road victory. She struck out 15 batters over 15.1 innings, allowing just 3 total hits. She moved her season ERA to 1.07, the 5th lowest mark in the nation for starting pitchers. This is Meyer's second time this season earning the conference honor. Great work out there, Maddie.
You know, Adriana, I know that softball and baseball are different from each other, but it's incredible that she managed to get top 5 in the nation at a sophomore level, too. I can't wait to see how she grows these next 2 years and possibly even make it to the big leagues.
I agree. It will be very fun to watch Maddie grow in her next 2 years here at Evangel, and just the softball team in general. I know they've been doing really well this year.
Absolutely. Here are your upcoming Evangel games of the week. Starting off, we have the men's baseball team playing Friday, April 4th at Sterling, Kansas versus Sterling College at 3 p.m.
And the men's tennis team also faces off on Saturday, April 5th at Cooper Complex here in Springfield, Missouri. They will face Bethel College at 10 a.m.
And the women's softball team will be playing Saturday, April 5th here in Springfield versus Sterling College at 1 p.m. Let's go Evangel Valor! Well, that's all the time we have for today for Sports Update. We invite you to check out euvalormedia.com for all the latest Evangel news and media. I'm Ethan Mincy.
And I'm Adriana McGregor. Be sure to join us in 1 week as we bring you the latest in sports news. For more information on Evangel Sports, go to evangelathletics.com. This has been Sports Update on EUTV.